speaking subtest is compartmentalized into 2 sessions. The first 3 to 4 minutes will be used by the interlocutor to ask you some warm-up questions, followed by you have to go for 2 role-play cards one by one. Even though these warm-up questions are not being assessed, it has become a nightmare for many of us because it marks the first impression. And first impression always matters. So, in this particular video, we are going to talk about certain warm-up questions where the interlocutor will be providing you people with certain situations and expecting a reply on how you tackle that particular situations. So, let's discuss the questions one by one. Let's begin with the very first question. The question is, how do you handle the situation where you have multiple patients with urgent needs? When you are receiving a warm-up question from the interlocutor, it's always better to start your answer by thanking the interlocutor. For example, thank you for your question. Then, in order to make your reply more formal, it's always better to construct the answer from the question itself. For example, in this particular situation, the question is regarding how you handle the situation where you have multiple patients with urgent needs. So, the answer can be constructed in such a way that in a situation where I have multiple patients with urgent needs, I will quickly assess the patient and prioritize them according to the severity of the condition. Then, I will distribute the task among the colleagues who are involved in the care plan to manage the patient simultaneously. Additionally, continuous monitoring will be provided to prioritize the situation as required. So basically, these types of warm-up questions are not being assessed in an OET subtest. So what they are expecting from our side is a logical, error-free, confident answer. So you only need to give the answer in a very confident manner. Let's move on to the second question. The second question is, what action would you take if you become aware that you have made a medication error? As we mentioned earlier, it is always better to construct the answer from the question itself. In this particular situation, we can start the answer by mentioning, if I have realized that I have made a medication error, first of all, I'll check the patient well-being. Then, I'll follow the protocol by informing the charge nurse and the doctor if necessary. And all the incidents will be properly documented. At the same time, I will inform the patient regarding the situation and a continuous monitoring will be provided for the patient to check the adverse effect. This is how we can answer, or you people can answer this particular question. Now, let's move on to the next question. The next question says, how would you treat a patient who doesn't understand the language? So, if I met with a patient who doesn't understand the language, first of all, in order to make a smooth communication, I will seek the help of an interpreter or an interpretation application. At the same time, I will try to initiate the conversation from my side by using non-verbal methods like signs and symbols. Basically, you have to make the patient comfortable. So, that's all for today. And for more interesting topics and videos like this, join Tejas Academy. ഉറപ്പാണ് വിജയം.